Hello, dear Capricorn. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your April 2022 horoscope. And we start off the month with a square to your sun, moon, or rising sign in Capricorn, new moon. But here's the gift of it. The square creates enough tension that helps you get really clear on what your intentions are going to be for this new zodiac season. So we have the sun and moon canoodling in Aries and Mercury canoodling with Chiron. So this pile up of the sun, moon, and Mercury along with Chiron is activating this fourth house of home, of the past, of worries or concerns that you might have around maybe some family members. Could be just how you feel secure in your own home. And with this new moon in Aries, you're looking for ways in which you can continue to establish your own territory, to be independent. But also, if you are looking at relationship and things like that, looking for ways in which you can still be your individual self and be in the relationship. It's possible around this new moon because we've also got Mars and Saturn canoodling on the 4th. So we're feeling the energy is already building up. And this is in your second house in Aquarius, that you may find a little bit of tension between the finances. You may be worried or feeling a little heavier here with Saturn. And then Mars is activating it and creating enough of a force that you might worry about things you don't need to worry about, but it feels really heavy. The gift of it is that you can come up with strategies and ideas of ways to increase your value, increase your income, so that you can continue to beautify your home, to live in your home, to be a part of it. If for some reason, Capricorn, you are looking for that place still that you can call home, this kind of energy is going to drive you to put some steps into place and say, where do I feel like I'm my best self? And then you may do some research around it, and you may find yourself going, you know what? I need to be surrounded by beauty. I need to be surrounded by the people who bring out the best in me. And I say that because Venus will be moving into her exalted sign of Pisces on April 5th. So right after this new moon and Mars Saturn canoodling, this is going to activate your third house. You're going to be thinking a lot about, you know what, where do I feel I'm at my best? And how can I be a great service with my words or the things that I may communicate? You can find yourself doing a lot with, say, talk therapy or coaching or something along those lines. If that's a profession that you're in, you can see clients coming to you because they need that healing. They just need to have that touch point. You may also use this Venus transit as a way of being able to find the healing that you might need, or to use your words to escape into a fantasy land, that the imagination that can also bring in new art forms, new inspirations. You can easily attract what you need in order to feel more secure in your home life, in your foundation, because you also are showing up as this beautiful energy that is supportive and kind and useful, and people are rallying around you because they see your natural leadership as well. And there's a lot of stability that will start to come in for you in the next few weeks in this month of April. And then by May, you should feel pretty solid with the plans that you start putting in place now to say, you know what is home? Where do I feel I really belong? Who do I belong to? And Mercury will be entering Taurus in your 5th house on April 11th. So if you're a single Capricorn and you're looking for love, you're looking for that place that feels like home. They say heart is where the home is, right? Or home is where the heart is. That as you connect with someone, you find greater pleasure. And I will say too, that with Mercury and Taurus, you're probably going to be taking dating a little bit more seriously. And it could be using this energy to socialize in a way that actually has a physical place for it. And this is where I sense you can attract somebody to you. So doing any sort of physical activities, something that you're really interested in, being outside. If you're in the northern hemisphere, spring is here, so the weather is changing, and it gives you an opportunity to find great pleasure, do some self-expression. If you're not even interested in relationship and you're not bonded with anybody, you can use this Venus in Pisces and Mercury and Taurus energy to really communicate your craft, to communicate the things that you love, make some decisions that help you feel like you're the more beautiful version of yourself, and that you're trustworthy, and that people see you as being that reliable and steady force that is going to get things done. Jupiter and Neptune canoodle April 12th. This is the big conjunction. It hasn't happened since 1856. And so this is happening again, but it is in the sign of Pisces, further activating your third house. And so this is telling me that your words, the way in which you communicate, these trips that you might take, just even short distances, are going to have powerful healing effects. There's a lot of compassion here, a lot of beautiful energy that can support you. This also gives you a chance to offer healing for others as well, especially using any form of communication or any sort of playful, lighthearted energy as well. We've got Mars entering Pisces also right after this Jupiter-Neptune canoodling. And so there's a pretty big stack up of Piscean energy in this third house for you. And what this offers, again, with Mars, with Venus, with Jupiter and Neptune here, it's all about you being able to communicate your inner wisdom, this higher wisdom, and not higher as in better, but all of your life's experiences, the ability to be able to learn. You may get really driven or passionate about learning about more spiritual things, but putting them into a condensed version that other people can find useful. Maybe you come up with a game that you offer to your clients, or it's a creative project that just inspires you, and you start putting something together that you launch down the road, that like a spiritual retreat. Even maybe you are a teacher or you have these healing gifts that you want to offer to others, and you decide, I think in particular, a couple of you Capricorns who are passionate about working with women of leadership. And so it's like, okay, maybe I put on a retreat here and bring in these ladies for their own healing, their own self-care, that sort of thing. And so you start planning for things like that. I would also offer that we have a full moon in Libra, and so another square happening, and this is going to be activating your 10th and your 4th house, and it's squaring off to your sun, moon, or rising sign. What it will most likely do is have you letting go of some sort of, could be relationship, because we're dealing with Libra, but I would say it's more about finding balance, letting go of anything that you feel wasn't keeping you in a work-life balance, or maybe you've been working hard on it and now work is getting busy, people are needing your services, you have to get back into life, and so you may have to say, okay, I have to let go of some of the pleasure time I had, and I have to add in more work time so that I can keep establishing my home, my roots. There's a good indication here for a couple of you Capricorns that, remember, at the beginning of the month, if you're looking for that place to call home, that you may find it just as quickly as this full moon in Libra. There's also an indication that if you are in a relationship, whether it's personal or professional, friendship-wise, whatever, there's a couple of you Capricorns that have had some tension or even have separated from someone who maybe was near and dear to your heart, that this full moon could have you reconnecting with them, or simply accepting in that radical way of that relationship's complete, that contract is done, and so are we. I also feel as though this full moon can shove you into the spotlight, so to speak, showing others and the world that you are someone who cares very deeply for others, and that you have a way of being able to offer your gifts in a leadership role, and that it may be that somebody in authority that you have a relationship with exits and you have to step in. There's also that indication here. We've got Mercury canoodling with Uranus and sextiling Venus in your 3rd and 5th house around April 18th. I have a feeling this could be some good news for you. Maybe there is opportunities to connect and have greater pleasure, and you find that that people suddenly sing your praises, or it could be that you've realized the impact, the positive impact that you have on others by your self-expression, by your words, your leadership. Also, this does have an indication when it comes to romance, because it's fifth house here, that if you're in a casual relationship, that you suddenly decide, you know what, we're going to solidify it by committing to each other, being exclusive, moving in, talking about it, saying, declaring, I love you, whatever it might be. If you're in a bonded relationship, you may suddenly get pregnant. You may decide, I'm going to, you know what, let's talk about expanding our family, or you may literally just suddenly get pregnant. And also, I would say if you're in a bonded relationship and children are not the thing that you're wanting to focus on, that this can give you a chance to come up with some ideas that deepen the bonds for the two of you. You talk about it and you start planning what you need in order to make that, say, trip happen, or maybe you take on a new activity together and it just deepens that bond. Mercury enters Gemini in your sixth house. That's on April 29th. And this is going to activate your daily routines, your health. You may feel a little nervous, a little scattered even at times with Mercury and Gemini here, but I would venture to say the activity is going to be quite large as Mercury transits through here, because it's going to retrograde in May. So you'll get Mercury in your sixth house for quite some time. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of conversations every single day. Your calendar may get really full, and you may have to see it rearrange itself. Also, you may be thinking and making decisions about a health situation that you're working with, talking about it. You may have to get a second opinion, maybe more. And it's a great time also for you to make some decisions around what it is that you need to implement as far as a good habit is concerned. This could also have you learning about, say, in the health industry, could have you learning about nutrition and the things that you need to feed your body. There's so many ways that this could show up for you. I will also say for a few of you Capricorns, this is where you get news that you're going to be on the speaking circuit or releasing something into the media. There's going to be a lot of like social activity, conversations happening. And so your job when these opportunities show up is to be able to look at your calendar and say, okay, if I say yes to this, I have to say no to something else. Something has to shift. So just be aware that that also is pretty active towards the end of April. We finished the month of April on the 30th with a new moon in Taurus, and Venus and Jupiter will be canoodling. This makes a beautiful sextile, most romantic day of the year with Venus and Jupiter here. And this is a sextile to your third and fifth house, telling me that you should find ways in which you can have great pleasure. You can establish some good, healthy routines. You can feel the warmth and the love of this moon in Taurus. And you may find yourself being a cosmic favorite around this time where people just come to you for comfort. They come to you for love. They're attracted to your words, the way in which you do things. And you can find great pleasure in food. You can find great pleasure in learning about food. You can find pleasure in and I bring the food in because it's Taurus energy and it's a moon, and we comfort and nurture ourselves. A lot of us, we eat our feelings, right? But you may find yourself gathering around a table full of people who you love and adore, and they're just sharing how much they love and adore you, and you're just having a great time together. And this can just deepen your self-love, and it also gives you more opportunities. Remember, Jupiter, Neptune are in Pisces, still in that third house, gives you a chance to share your compassionate nature, the healing, the wisdom that you hold, the inspiration that you have. You may find yourselves talking about all kinds of topics that have nothing to do with practical stuff, but that's okay because it's fun to fantasize a little bit. I'm even seeing, I have this intuitive hit that a few of you Capricorns, we have like game night that night. So that'd be fun. But either way, you'll find that the month of April has quite a bit of conversations and decisions being made. And it's good for you if you're signing contracts this month. It's a great time to do it, especially before Mercury goes retrograde in May. So if you are getting a promotion, a few of you will do that, it's a great time to say yes, take that leap and go for it. All right, Capricorn, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and come find me at jamiedawn.com for your own individual readings. Take care, everybody.